welcome to Air Rifle Pesting. Glad you can join me today. This is my hunting setup for Coyote number 5. Anyway, here's my blind setup, about 25 yards to the bait station. And here I'm checking out my zero to make sure I hit the target at 25 yards. I was shooting the redesigned 25.4 grain. So far so good. Fence back there is about 35 yards away from me. As you can see, the field of view is very tight due to the 6x zoom of the helix scope. So very hard to see the whole area. Definitely very challenging to spot anything. And then the coyote usually enter through this fence here. So I definitely need to be lucky, to spot one. Here I'm just taking a test shot. That's 35 yards. That's bang on. A rabbit showed up shortly after. Of course, he's not on my list. The farmer didn't give me the go-ahead to shoot them. Very lucky indeed. Anyway, I'm just basically using him or it as to visualize my shot placement if I were to shoot a coyote. So you can see I turned on my second infrared. The bunny actually got spooked, but it didn't bother it. Maybe you will draw the coyotes in. So anyway, at about 11 o'clock, I spotted a coyote. So I was super excited. You can see he's very alert and sniffing the area. So I made a mistake thinking that he's going to come to the rat bait, but it never did. It just took off. So it must have sensed me and found out where I was hiding. And it was gone and no more sighting after. Anyway, this is the next day. I went to a different farm to test out my slugs, shooting with my FX Impact. It was a super windy day. But anyway, as you can see here, the 27 grain Gen 2 slugs is actually holding the group pretty good. So I was testing the group from 20 yards out to 35 yards. So these are the range I'm trying to shoot the coyote at, 35 yards max. So I'm pretty confident with it, and hopefully the slug will do the job. Maybe I'll get lucky tonight. So I dropped by the rat farm, trying to relocate my shooting spot. As you can see, it's very, very windy, so I have to do a voiceover since the audio was so bad. I already decided I'm going to use a different spot, which is I'll show you soon, and it's a loft area above where I set up my blind. But anyway, let me show you where the bait station is going to be. So it's right in the middle of the field here. It's about 25 yards away from my blind setup. So right in the middle here, and it's about 35 yards to the fence. That's where the coyote enter actually. And to my right there, that's where the chicken shed is. And they already killed 5 chickens out of the 8. So that's why I was called to come back. Anyway, you can see my shooting blind at the bottom there. I was in there the night before, and that's where the coyote spotted me. But anyway, so you can see there's a loft above. That's where I decide I'm going to move my shooting position and shoot from up there. Hopefully the coyote is not going to spot me easily. So you can see my blind here, and looking down the shooting area, that's the view from inside my blind is very, very limited. So anyway, let's climb up and take a look and see what's up there. So of course I have to be extremely careful climbing up the stairs in the dark. As you can see, it's very dark and very dirty up here. There are a lot of bird droppings, as you can see. It's pretty nasty, bird droppings everywhere. So you can see it's just open loft area, and I definitely need to wear my mask and gloves. So this is the opening, so you can see crap everywhere. But definitely the perfect stalking spot, I think. I can see everything from up here. Give me an open view, and I don't need to be hiding behind my blind. So I got unobstructed view. So I should be able to see them coming and going. So my tent is down below, you can see there, so I have to be extremely careful not to fall down. So definitely gonna be a good spot, I think. I'm very excited with the opportunity. We'll see what happens. I have to do some cleaning and setting up, obviously. And the wind obviously is blowing towards me, so that will take the scent away, and the coyote should not be able to smell me. It was very windy and cold today, so we'll see. And you can see here there's some plywood sheets, so that was perfect. I was able to use them to cover the floor, and then just sit on top with my chair and the ladder and the hole. I have to be extremely careful not to fall down. Definitely lots of raccoon probably living up here. But I did not see any birds in the few nights that I was there. So if I see them, I will shoot them. There's a second hole there to go down. Perfect shooting spot, right? It should be. So I'm going to set up and then do a quick zero check with my shooting box and some spinners to verify the point of impact. Laid the plywood down, got my chair up, tripod, and my guns. So my box is down there already. That's my DIY tripod and my lazy chair, which you can't see unfortunately. The target box is about 25 yards away. So now I'm just basically trying to do some zero check. So I zero my gun at the other farm at 25 yards, but I'm shooting down, so the point of impact is going to be different. But I'm going to check and verify that soon enough. And what I found was the point of impact is actually lower. So I had to click 5 clicks up to get onto the zero. I don't know why, I thought it would be the other way around. But anyway, I make the adjustment and my new zero from up high here. So I got 3 spinners set up, 22, 25, 27, 35 yards. And I was able to hit them all. So luckily, my new zero will cover all the point on those distances. So if any coyote in the area, I'm just going to hold my crosshair on them and shoot. Of course, I'm going to place the rats on the box there. So hopefully my plan will work out. Finger crossed, and hopefully the coyote will show up. So I was super excited for tonight's hunt. Unfortunately, it was so windy and cold that I didn't get the result I was looking for. Anyway, I was shooting my FX Impact with the H&N 27 grain slugs. That's about 52 foot-pound of energy at the muzzle. So lots of power, and definitely will drop a coyote if I get a clean headshot. So stay tuned and see what happens. So here's my lazy chair and my tripod and my Coyote Slayer gun. The H&N 27 grain slugs, Gen 2. Am I excited? Hopefully this is gonna work out. So I got my target box set up and couple shot, hit low. So this is from an elevated position shooting down. So basically I need to raise my point of impact. So I did 5 clicks up and I was able to get onto the center of the bullseye. Perfect. So let's take a few more shots to confirm. So I'm shooting off my tripod, so there's a bit of a movement. So obviously I have to try to practice and get steady on my shot. So I was able to hit 4 shots in a 3/4 inch dot. So that was good. So I'm going to try my spinner now. This is about 22 yards. That's about 1 inch. Second spinner is about 27 yards. I was able to hit that as well. So far so good. So the other spinner, I think this was about 25 yards. And these are the spots that where the coyote were spotted in my trail cam footage. I left these spinners there so that if the coyote ever showed up, then I have a reference point. So far so good. My zero is right on. So I'm shooting the smaller dot above, which is about 1/2 inch. And my impact was pretty bang on. So this is exciting. Gun is working well. I'm eager to try them out, and we'll see what happened tonight. Again, I was able to hit the dot at 27 yards. So let's do another verification, double check it to make sure everything is still on. And it was. Super happy with H&N Gen 2 27 grain slugs. So as long as I'm able to hit a general area and a target size that way, that will be the size of the coyote's head is pretty big. So that'll be definitely no problem at all. I just have to keep my composure when I spot one, and before I pull the trigger, I make sure my breathing is correct, so I'm nice and calm, and just squeeze of a shot when I get the opportunity. One more shot, so everything's all good. So that was my trail cam that I set up at about 35 yards on the fence. So the idea was, if the coyote came through the fence, the trail cam was going to pick up the motion and it will light up. So that will give me an indication of something just came through, because I will be able to see the red light. So here's my gear setup here, my bench, my chair, tripod, and my gun. So this is my view looking downrange. And this is what I call the killing field, where we're shooting the rats. I have to open the gate, obviously. So this is looking up to the barn where I set up. And this is where the coyote hangs out and looking for free rats. I came back at about 7:30. You can see it's still windy. But I did a quick point of impact check at the 25 yards. Spinner was hit, so everything seems to be okay. So I scan around. There's my trail cam there. As you can see, the grass is in the back. It was a windy night. Definitely very cold. It wasn't a perfect night, but anyway, just scanning around, try to spot my spinner. I knew where they were, but it still took me a while to find them. There's one there. Because when you're looking through the scope in the dark, it's very hard to see precision. So there you can see my rats that I placed there, 6 of them. And here's my coyote collar. I did use it. I did a check again to make sure I was on, and I was. Another shot at another spinner just to confirm. That was at 32 yards. So now the waiting game began. Unfortunately, it was so bad weather, super strong wind and cold. I sat there for 6.5 hours and nothing showed up. So I gave up and left. So here the trail cam footage is captured of the coyotes. You can see she was eating the rats that I left. There are actually 2 of them. More like 3 coyotes were spotted in this recording. So you can see only the dominant female was eating the rats. The other 2 coyotes just stay in the back. I think one of them is the one of the pups. So she was definitely the boss. And of course I wasn't there that night. Definitely a missed opportunity. Anyway, at least the trail cam capture footage is showing them they are around. It's just a matter of trying to catch them at the right time. So I was back there the next night at about 7:21 just to verify that my trail cam was working, and then I already shot some rats. So I placed them at the base station and packed up my stuff and went up the loft and tried to get ready to do my first hunt from the loft above. I was full of excitement, but nothing showed up. I ended up leaving at 30, and guess what? The coyote showed up at 4:15. I was too tired to stick around longer than 6.5 hours. Again, another wasted opportunity. Timing was everything. So the trail cam continued to capture them, movement back and forth. She came back a few times, feeding on the 6 rats that I left behind. You can see here, she picked up one and went to the side and ate it off the side. During this time, she hung around for like half an hour at least. So this is about 4:22. I wasn't sure what she was doing there. Seems like she was digging and then she was kicking her feet. Not sure what this behavior means, but definitely seems like she's marking her territory or something. Let me know what you think. Leave me some comments. So here you can see a second coyote showed up. The third one must be nearby. So they came back when I wasn't there. And then you can see this one was just urinating or taking a crap, marking the territory. Very frustrating for me to watch the footage because I was there and timing wasn't right. But I know I will get them eventually. It's just a matter of time. I just have to be patient, and hopefully one of this night when I return, they're going to show up because I'm going to drop it if I get a chance. So anyway, they continue to come back and forth, and this was at 9:28 the same night. So I didn't come back because I just left my camera there to try to record activities. So you can see this one urinating again, marking the territory. She's prancing around like she owns the place. Well, hopefully I'll get her or him. So the farmer told me there were 4 coyotes, but so far I spotted 3. So maybe there were only 3 around. Anyway, I've been hunting these coyote for over a year now. I did had a chance last year, but I missed. That was in my coyote number 4 video, if you care to watch for it. So this is at 11:39. You can see they came back again looking for more food, but obviously all the rats were eaten the night before, and I didn't show up this night to shoot the rats. But they're definitely a creature of habits. So they know where the food were, and they continue to come back. So I just have to be there at the right time. So you can see there's another one coming through there. I'm not sure if that's the same one, but they tend to circle around. So there's another one there. It might be the same one or it could be a different one. Here at 11:47, it started to rain. And you can see one coyote sitting in the back. So they would come back a few times during the night. However, I've been trying to get them for 3 times. And 3 times I was there, I did not see anything. So I'm guessing either they had sensed me and know that I was around, or maybe see my vehicle parked behind the barn. So I gotta figure out something here. So in this clip here, showed up on November 29 at about 7:35. So I just got there, parked my vehicle, and then retrieved the footage, and then set up for another stalking. Unfortunately, that night it was -6 degrees, and it was cold, and of course, no luck. So here I inspected a few. All the rats are gone, so I knew I'm gonna get some footages. And then here I get my laptop, just gonna check the footage. But anyway, I tried this night, and still no luck. This has to continue. Hopefully in the next video I will have coyote number 5. So thank you for watching. Stay tuned. Cheers.